Welcome. We're joined by Angelica Ishkhanyan, who is working for the Insurance Foundation for Servicemen. Angelica, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, Amelia.
So can you explain the mission of the Insurance Foundation for Servicemen and how much the foundation pays to families of fallen soldiers and disabled soldiers? Also, are there any benefits that these injured soldiers receive from the foundation, and also how long do the payouts last for?
Sure. So the Insurance Foundation for Servicemen was created in 2017. And the idea behind it was the following. Every soldier that goes to protect Armenia and to protect our peace goes leaving behind loved ones. Sometimes, they have wives and children. Sometimes it's just parents and siblings. But a lot of the times, these are men that are going to be, or either already are, the bread earners of this family. And when they die serving for their country or are disabled, then the family suffers in the long term. These men are not easily replaced, and sometimes the family experiences financial hardship. And so the idea behind the foundation is that each of us has a duty towards these families because they gave their beloved ones for our peace. And so we have a duty to these men as well to make sure that their family and their financial well-being is taken care of. And this is a duty that each of us as a citizen of Armenia and just as a human being has. And this was the idea behind the foundation. And so since 2017, we have already started giving payouts to around 416 families or disabled soldiers. And these payouts, I think, are the biggest guarantee of this foundation's success, and I guess showcase just how important this foundation is. We currently give payouts of about $20,000 to each family of a deceased soldier, and this is a lump sum payment, so $20,000 upfront, and then a monthly payment of $400, $500, or $600 every month for 20 years. Mm-hmm. So this is a project that ensures the well-being of a family for the long run, and it's important to understand that this is not just financial well-being, but this makes sure that these families, like the children, receive education, that they don't have to quit school or decide not to go to university just to help their parents out in their time of need. And these I think sums are quite significant in terms of bearing in mind the rate of salaries in Armenia. And in regards to disabled soldiers, we have two, I think, categories, as we may put it. In the first category of disabled soldiers receive a 5 million AMD, so that's about $10,000 lump sum payment to pay for costs that are immediate. And then they receive $300, $400, or $500 per month, again, for a period of 20 years, regular payments each month. And the second category of disabled servicemen, bearing in mind that they are nevertheless capable of doing some work. So this is, in direct relation with how much can this person, earn, or whether or not they are capable of keeping employment. So this category of men also receive a lump sum payment of $10,000 up front, but then their monthly payments are slightly less. So it's about I think it's $150, $250, and $350 respectively every month for a period of 20 years.
And where do the foundation's funds originate? And furthermore, given the current situation, how can people get involved? How can people help the foundation?
So the foundation's funds originate from two sources. The first source are monthly payments, which are mandatory. So each citizen of the Republic of Armenia and the Republic of Artsakh pays a $2, something that we call a stamp duty. So a $2 contribution monthly from their salary, and this is mandatory. And this $2 a payment is equal for all. So regardless of how much the person's salary is, this is an equal payment, which was important for us because we all have an equal duty towards these families, irrespective of how much a person earns. And to date, about each year from these mandatory contributions, the foundation collectively receives about $15 million. And the second source, of course, are donations. Although the foundation has been created since 2017, we haven't, donations don't make up a large piece of our total funds. For example, in 2019, I believe they made up only 2% of the total funds of the foundation. So the 416 families that are currently under our care and are receiving payouts are mostly receiving funds that were collected from each and every Armenian working here in Armenia and in Artsakh. And this is important because one of the main goals of this foundation was to show that collectively we are able to take care of each other. And I think this is a great showing of that these 416 families to date, they have been receiving payments from collective efforts of the Armenian people. But this is of course a time where what was expected or unexpected has happened, and of course right now we need not only the collective mindset of the Armenians working and living here or in Artsakh, but of the Armenians living around the world. If these simple donations or monthly contributions actually of $2 a month by only the small amount of workforce compared to the workforce of the world are enough to take care of those fallen or injured soldiers that we have since 2008, so that's a period of 2008 to 2019, 416 families, then we will need the contribution, even if it's very small, even if it's again $2 a month, of each and every Armenian living around the world. And of course not only Armenians, but if we have friends out there, if we have friends in the French, or if, just humanitarians who understand the importance of a country and its servicemen who have served and who have died, and their families, and who understand the need, then their donations are extremely important to help us through these times. And I would like to mention that this is one of the first times the foundation has actively asked people to contribute, and this is the first time that the foundation has reached out to I guess to a larger media, to a larger audience in this regard. So I guess that about summarizes.
And I suppose with this war, the number of people who are going to need assistance is going to increase. In terms of how diasporan Armenians, for example, can donate money, is there a website? What is the means that they can do this with?
Yes, so I guess the easiest and the main way you can donate is by logging into our website, which is 1000, and that's in numbers. So 1000 plus, which is plus.am. And the website is available in 4 languages: Armenian, English, Russian, and French. And you simply have to, click donate, fill in your details, and you can check the box on whether or not you want these donations to be monthly donations. And monthly donations are important for this foundation in particular because our payouts are for a period of 20 years. So they're for the long term. And the contribution of everyone on the long term is more important, I guess, for this foundation than maybe for others.
And when the foundation was created, and since then, what guarantees have been given with regards to transparency and accountability with regards to the foundation in general?
So that's a great question, and I guess again I'd have to refer you to our website. And the greatest, I think, at least for me, for myself, the most important thing during the creation of this foundation was that each donation and each monthly contribution we receive is clearly shown on the website. So on the homepage you have calculators or that show the total sums that we have currently in our bank and that we have collected, and you also see separate ones for the amount of donations and the amount of monthly contributions. Also, if you go to the donations page on our website, each and every donation that is made shows up, both the amount and the donor's name if they have not elected to donate anonymously. But again, even if they have donated anonymously, you will see anonymous and then the amount of money. So each and every contribution shows up on the website, and with regards to people living in Armenia and Artsakh, they can, using their social security number, check that the foundation has actually received the payment, the monthly $2 that they have paid. And so I guess that is the greatest guarantee of our transparency. And we will, I think, in the near future have interviews with the families that are receiving these donations, and you can hear from them firsthand.
Mm-hmm. And I understand you reside in New York but have decided to come to Armenia. What made you come back to Armenia, and how did you come to join the foundation?
So yes, that's correct. I currently reside in New York and I work there, but I was at the forefront of the creation of the foundation back in 2017. I worked with our director, Mr. Vardan Petrosyan, in writing and drafting the law and getting the website up and running, and thinking of through all of these guarantees of transparency and accountability, and what was really important for us. And accountability, I guess, was one of them. And since then, I've been an ambassador of the foundation when I left Armenia in 2018, and continued to monitor, of course, the activity in Armenia, and continued to be part of the foundation as much as I could be. But when I saw what was happening here, and I knew that the team working for the foundation is very small, and they're only volunteers, so everything they do for the foundation is on top of their work, their employment, and this again is just to minimize any any payouts that the foundation may have, which I would like to mention that it doesn't. So the only payouts it does is to families, is to beneficiaries. We don't pay our employees or anything of the sort. And so I knew that I had to come back. I had to come back and help, because I know that they would be short-handed with the situation. And I guess bearing in mind that it's been going on for longer than I guess most expected, I'm happy I did.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Angelica, and we really appreciate the work you do. And just a reminder, the website is 1000plus.am. Thank you for joining us on CivilNet.